that before everything was to take place, he says he repaired, come on now, the altar of the Lord that was broken down. That shouted me. That should shout you. Before the miracle, there had to be some work. Some folks call it a miracle, but you don't want to do your part. Before the miracle would happen, he says specifically that they had to repair the altar. They had to repair what was broken. That arrested my attention. Because that puts everything in perspective for me. We want to go to the fire in verse 38 without doing the necessary groundwork in verse 30. We want the miracle in verse 38 without meeting the mandate in verse 30. This verse was so striking because it actually shows us something about ourselves. Because too many of us tonight, Shiloh, are operating on broken altars. Altars that have been torn down. Altars that are broken under the weight of sin and unrighteousness. Some of us are operating on altars that have been totally destroyed by idolatry and unknown sin. Can I tell you, when the altar of God is broken in your life, you might do anything. I wish I had a witness. Remember, the altar was so important in the life of the Israelites because that was the place where God manifested himself. That was the place where God showed up. That was the place of sacrifice. That was the place of worship. And if there was no altar, then there was no worship or sacrifice. Again, I want to ask the question, is your altar all right today? Many of us are operating on broken altars, and you wonder why you can't get a prayer through. I wish I had a witness. Many of us are operating on broken altars, and you wonder why you can't get along with nobody. You wonder why your ministry is ill-effective. You wonder why you can't move anybody to come closer to the Lord. You wonder why your voice has been hushed, even though you're talking. It's because you're operating on broken altars. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in any church with a broken altar. Part of any church where the altar is ineffective. I don't want to be anywhere where the prayer chain is broken, where the power is gone. We still have in church, but the Lord has not showed up because it's all about the broken altar. I don't want to just be wasting my time. I want to make sure that God is pleased with me while I serve here on this earth. I don't want to go through all of this life thinking I am appealing to God only to find out I need to go back and strengthen the altar. Because when the altar is strengthened, fire will come down. When the altar is built right, the presence of the living God will be among us. When the altar is repaired, you can love folk that don't love you. When the altar is repaired in your life, you'll be able to touch in the name of Jesus and things will begin to happen. Meeting, but God hadn't shown up. Well, look at what Elijah does. He begins to repair the altar. I wouldn't dare tell you that we all might have a broken altar. Without at least showing you in Scripture what he had to do in order to build that thing up. Look at what he does. He takes 12 stones that represent Israel, the sons of Jacob. And after that, he resets the stones and gives the stones a new name. He says, I'm not going to call you stones anymore. I'm going to call you Israel. At this time, Israel had been divided into two parts, the northern and the southern kingdoms. They were separated, dysfunctional, and disjointed. So God uses Elijah to symbolically show that they needed to become unified one more time. So God uses him to rebuild the altar. And he starts out with the 12 stones, which represent unity. So the first thing you got to do if you want to rebuild your altar, you got to be unified with others who believe just as you believe. Have I got a witness? God says in Israel, you need to come back together. You've been fighting too long. So you need to come on back together in unity. Can I tell you something that you may not want to hear? Stop asking the Lord to show himself mighty and strong, to come down and operate on your broken altars. Stop asking the Lord to come against his will and show up in broken places. I wish I could. Because he won't until there's unity, until there is the seeking of God. You cannot have the presence of God. So look at what he does. The first thing he does. The second thing is purification. He cleans up the altar. I'm not very good at barbecuing or being out there on the grill. So my son does a lot of that. And on Easter, he was cooking and barbecuing on the grill. The first thing that he did, he took all of the soot and all of the old charcoal and dumped it out because the fire would not burn in that old stuff. First thing you need to do is ask the Lord to purify me. You need to clean up some of that old stuff, some of those old things you never forgotten about, some of those old things that you never asked the Lord to forgive you for. You need to purify yourself. You need to say, Lord, cleanse me. Wash me whiter than snow. And if I've got any dirt on me since the last time, I need for you to wash me even more so. So the first thing you need to do is there must be purification. But if you want to also rebuild your altar, there must be restoration. Look after he cleaned it out, he started putting bricks in step by step, brick by brick. Have I got no witness, y'all? He started doing it according to the word, and he used good products while he was putting the altar back together. So there must be restoration. You can't be divided and have a fiery altar. So they began to bring it together back one piece at a time. So there must be restoration. There must be purification. But then if you want your altar to burn tonight, there's got to be participation. Once you get the altar all ready to go, you need to put something on the altar. You need to make a sacrifice. Some of us need to be on the altar tonight. Tell the Lord, here I am. It don't matter what I've done. I have gone astray. I have gone weary to your word. But if you have me back, Lord, here I am. Oh, Lord. So put something on the altar tonight. himself. All that was fire comes down from heaven and consumes the altar. Have I got a witness, y'all? It burned up everything. Have I got a witness? It burned up the sacrifice and it licked up all of the water. Have I got one witness? Yes. I said yes. Lord, we'll send down fire. Yes, he will. Just about that time, bells, all of his little boys, all his little prophets, they were starting to run. After they saw what God did with Elijah, Elijah said, hold up. I want all of the men of Israel to go and get every prophet of Baal and kill them on the spot. Don't let not one of them get away. Tonight, when I close, I want to tell you, you can rebuild your altar. You can rebuild it step by step. All you got to do is say, Lord, here I am. Here I am. Don't send for my heart in me. Will send down fire. Let me tell you, he sent down fire and then he sent down rain. He gave them what they needed. Then he gave them what they wanted. That's how God is. Many of us understand the words fire coming down. Fire represents the blessings, the presence of God. Rain represents the blessings of God. If you are in the fiery season, don't give up. Verse 45 is on its way. The rain is on its way.